The first thing I want to do now is introduce myself for people who do not know me, because I actually believe that we should have a certain level of rapport. And one way we can actually do that is if we can get you guys get to know me and I get to know the bulk of you, most of you here. You understand? So I'm one of many. So at least being the tutor, I believe that you guys should know me first. You understand? And in the course of interaction, I will actually get to know a lot of you. You know, from our last Facebook ad training, I tried as much as possible. I could name most people that participated in that last Facebook ad training because that's my goal. I try to know people that are learning because I try to interact as much as possible. So my name is King. The full name is King Ego Sutu Intekume. And yes, my father that named me King. It wasn't, it's not a nickname. It's actually my name. And a Nigerian and a digital marketer. I've been in space for over 5 years now. And one thing I try to do is to keep myself abreast with the recent updates, especially in the technological space. You get, so I have multiple skills. I do graphics, I do video editing, I can build website. I used to be a developer, but then I think I lost the skill along the line because of lack of use. And so I'm a digital marketer. I know how to run ads very well. So I also know how to write. You understand? I know how to write. And with the recent advent of I have mastered AI to a certain extent. Do you understand? One thing I know is that nobody knows it all. So that's why I would not tell you that I know 100% of anything. I know it to a large extent. And because I know it more than you, that's what puts me in a position where I can actually teach you. That's for those of you that are in this training. You get. So this training is simple. It's just meant to teach you how to utilize AI effectively. AI is useful for a lot of things, artificial intelligence, and I'm going to be exposing you to the world of AI and the possibilities of AI, you understand? So that at the end of it, you'll be able to maximize the opportunities that can actually come because of your knowledge of this AI, because I believe for this digital skill acquisition program is that we're not just teaching you skills, but we're also teaching you how best to monetize the skills so that you can make money of it. Yeah, because believe me, there's a lot of money to be made digitally. There's a lot of money to be made digitally, but most people do not know how to plug in. So we're teaching you the skills and we're teaching you how to plug in so you can actually make money digitally. There are some persons that may not be interested in making money digitally, but those persons, they want to know how to utilize these skills to improve their performance and productivity and their everyday life, and probably even to enhance their businesses. So these skills that we're going to be teaching you is actually going to help you to is actually going to help you to improve your chances, your productivity, and the utilizing some digital skills in your business and in your everyday life. So the goal for this program is to educate at least 1,000 Africans this year. So far, we started because we believe in starting on time. Since the vision started 2025, we started immediately. We started implementing immediately, and so far we've been able to train over 70 persons now, or that's with you guys inclusive. You guys will have about 70 persons now. So if you put about 70 persons minus 1,000, it means that we're left with about 930 persons before the end of the year. So if we're able to achieve that 1,000 persons to educate Africans with digital skills that can be monetized, it means that we're already contributing to the society. But we believe that all our boot camps, it costs money, and also I'm going to be bringing in tutors and one or two for expenditures. So we don't do it free, but we'll make it affordable. What is affordable to most persons, right? And secondly, we believe that the sacrifice, when you have to pay for something, people take it seriously, because I've organized a lot of free stuff before and I've seen how it works. So that's the reason why you have to sacrifice to be part of it. So skills involved in this are training, Facebook ads, as digital marketing, part of the skill, graphics design, video editing, AI mastery is part of our skill. Recently, I just got a tutor for UI UX design, we're also going to incorporate along the line. Web development is going to be part of the training, how to run TikTok ads, etc., etc. So we are going to expand on the opportunities that are there. So I would just encourage you guys to plug in to these opportunities as the opportunities are coming, because once you are skilled, a skilled person has power. I think I sent a write-up to some of my groups today when I asked, if you are asked to raise 50,000 now, what would you do? If you are confused, if you are lost, you are thinking of begging, it means that you have not given yourself the necessary power. You understand? And being a part of this training would give you those power. You understand? So try as much as possible to partake. And most of these trainings, they are linked. You get, because if you are learning AI, for example, the next training is video editing. You will be able to utilize video editing skill to enhance your AI skill for better productivity. And if you now know how to run ads, you can now market your skills using the ads. You can see how they are linked. You understand? So that's just it. So I'm going to be giving a brief introduction for this AI, and probably what we're going to do. So, and I expect maximum feedback from you guys, maximum attendance. The feedback is so that I can always carve our training to be able to meet your expectations. That's my goal. Carve your training to meet my expectations. See those messages yesterday? I asked for people to share their expectations. If you've not done that, please do that. You understand? Because it's going to help to shaping how this training will go. We're not on a strict course outline. The course outline is going to be subject to what students need, right? Do you understand? It's going to be subject to what, so we try as much as possible to meet most of you at the point of your need. That's what we want to do. So I don't know if I'm communicating, but that's it. So the name of the company is Expand Easy Digital Consult. It's a registered company here in Nigeria. Um, so that's the company that is powering this vision, right? Company that's powering this vision, Expand is a digital consult. So without wasting much time, I'm just going to go through this introduction, because this very first training is just to give you introduction, what AI is, you understand? So that, when you say you are doing AI, there are some persons that will tell you that they partook in a training before, and then you ask them the simple definition, and they cannot even give you, they are lost at the definition level. So just like when I have younger ones who are preparing for exams, and I discover that I will ask them, I'm talking of major exams, like define chemistry, define physics. They've read so much, but they did not even read the definition of chemistry and physics. So it now seems like there is a gap in knowledge, right? So I don't like that. So I always like to form the foundation. For any training I give, I like to what? I like to lay the foundation, tell you what it is, you understand, give you so you won't be, oh, this is why I want to continue learning. And then you will be prompted to want to always be a part of the session. You'll be prompted to want to always be a part of the session. So we'll dive in without further ado. Now, when we say AI, what does it mean? What does it mean? AI means artificial intelligence. A and I, it means what? Artificial intelligence, right? So you may ask yourself, what is intelligence, right? What is intelligence? If you ask yourself, what is intelligence, right? Intelligence is the ability to understand information, learn from experience, and use that knowledge to make better decisions. Understanding information, learning from experience, you get. So if we tell human beings are intelligent animals, right? It means that they are able to understand information, to process information. Information can be anything from what you see to what you hear to what you read and everything. Do you understand? And use that information to make what decisions. Now, artificial intelligence is a computer system. Are you seeing it? It's a computer system that is trained to understand, learn, and respond like a human using data. Right? So it is what? Is an intelligence. So the similarities here now is that it's a system, it's a computer, but it is trained to understand, learn, and respond like a human using what? Data. So basically, how is it that this system can actually learn? It has been fed with a lot of data. So we're talking about a system or tool that processes information, it learns from data, adaptability, it adapts responses based on what patterns. You understand? And the most important part of it is that it understands and responds to natural language. When people hear about AI, they feel like communicating with AI is on another level, right? They just feel like it's going to be difficult to communicate with AI since they don't understand computer language. But with AI, you don't need to be a programmer. You can just be a regular, you don't even have to be too educated. Let's say you can just speak English, you understand English. I think someone asked that question at some point in time. And is it somebody who is not too educated? I say, yes. As long as you can read, write in English, and speak English, you can communicate with AI to almost any extent, right? You can communicate with AI as long as you can read, communicate in English, you can communicate because it understands and responds to natural language, and it makes predictions based on what training. So AI can be trained. That's why when you get to the point where you begin to feed this AI information, you are now basically training it in a pattern. Do you understand? Maybe a pattern of thinking, a pattern of speech, a pattern of speech. That's AI for you. So it's a computer system that is trained to understand, learn, and respond like a human using data. I try to simplify this definition. Understand? I try to actually simplify this definition. So that's why it's called an intelligence. The ability to adapt, the ability to learn. Do you understand? The ability to learn, the ability to respond. You understand? So that's the difference. That's the similarities between AI and the normal human intelligence, right? So it processes information, it learns from the data that you are feeding it. You understand? It adapts responses based on the patterns. It's able to establish pattern. It understands and responds to natural language. You don't have to be a programmer. You don't have to learn Python. You don't have to learn C++. You don't have to learn all those other um, languages, computer languages. You can just talk to it like, hi, AI, I need you to do this in your basic language as much as possible. You understand? As long as you can communicate clearly. So I think one of the major problem people have is lack or is inability to communicate clearly. And even the AI, when you cannot even communicate clearly with it, you can even tell it to help you to better refine your thoughts. You understand? And then if you tell, okay, this is what I'm trying to say. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you do, explain what I'm saying to me so that we'll know you understand it better. It will try to explain. And if he explains it for you, it will be easier for you to now say, okay, this is what I'm saying, or you make tweaks to it. Do you understand? Because that's how AI is. So you can use your natural language to talk to it. You don't have to be a programmer, right? Now, I talked about human intelligence, right? And then I also talked about artificial intelligence. So as you can see this very beautiful image here, I used AI to create this very beautiful image. So in the preparation of this, I just had to put the differences between human and artificial intelligence. And then I told it to come up with a pictorial representation for it. And it just came up with this in less than 30 seconds. That's the beauty of it. So normally if I were to design this, it take me a lot of time. So I'm going to show you how to do some of these things. So you can see that in order for me to be productive and to save time while preparing this material that I wanted to actually use to teach, I could actually get a pictorial representation very fast in less than 30 seconds and include it. So it saved me a lot of time. Normally, if I wanted to do this, my knowledge as a graphic designer, I would have to think of the process. I'll have to think of how best I want to represent it. I'll have to do that. I'll have to plan the design, and then I'll have to start coming up with all the creative elements, right? Probably I'll have to download this brain. I'll have to download this bulb. You understand? And I'll have to download all these elements. I'll have to download this. I'll have to download these elements, these creative elements, and put them all together. But with AI, I just use a text, very simple text. I gave it, yeah, there's an information I want to represent pictorially. And then I just copied what I've already written down before and pasted it. And voila, this is what came out. Then I said, generate a pictorial representation using the above information. And voila, this is what came out. Less than 30 seconds, we got this. So which is the beauty, like I told you, it saves time, right? So What's the difference between human and artificial intelligence, right? So humans now, they are conscious, they are self-aware. As a human being, what you are conscious, you are self-aware, you have a personality. Do you understand? You have a personality. Artificial intelligence is not conscious, it's not self-aware. It's just a system that is learned. It's just a system that has been fed with a lot of data. You understand? It is not conscious. There's no self-consciousness. If you've probably gone through some of these AI movies, probably these futuristic movies before, you now begin to see a robot that is becoming self-aware, which is dangerous. When artificial intelligence like AI, or a robot in those situations becoming self-aware, having emotions, it's a very dangerous thing, right? Because so the reality, what is real, is humans are conscious, they are self-aware of themselves, the environment, and everything. AI, artificial intelligence, are not conscious, they are not self-aware. Humans have emotions and intuition, so they can actually just, I, you know, they have emotions, they respond emotionally and everything. But here, the artificial intelligence, there's no emotion. You understand? There's no emotion. You get, they are intuitive also. Humans can think beyond data. Artificial intelligence works only with existing data. Like I said, it has been given enough data that it works with, right? It has been given enough data. So part of the learning process is that we're going to talk about how AI actually works so that you understand how it works. You get, but AI works only with existing data. If you started using ChatGPT early, I think 20, maybe way earlier, around 2023, you see that they will tell you ChatGPT, the data is only up to 2021. I think that was it, up to 2021, 2023. They said the data is up to 2021. So therefore, any information you're asking past 2021, like any recent updates and all that, you may not, it may not get, it will not give you an accurate representation, except you now ask it to search the internet again, because the data that it has been fed with was up to 2021. It was not, it didn't have enough data more than that. Do you understand? So they work only with existing data. You get, so they are limited to the what? To their data. But the data that has been fed to them is vast, though. That's not withstanding, they have been fed with a lot of vast data, right? So humans can think beyond data, obviously. They can think beyond data. They think at different, we are creative. Humans are creative. So in terms of creativity, humans are there, right? So that's why I will still maintain, if you go online now, you begin to hear that AI is going to replace humans. The reality is that people with knowledge of AI would replace people who do not have knowledge of what? Of AI. That's why you being a part of this training now is very instrumental to your tomorrow. You understand? You being a part of this training is very instrumental to your tomorrow, right? So humans are creative, and with that creativity, they can use AI to augment it, because AI does not think beyond data. So they are just there based on the data that they've been given. So the creativity of human helps AI to become better, right? So humans create meanings and values. Artificial intelligence creates output. Garbage in, it gives you something out. You give it something, it gives you something out. It's not creating meaning. It doesn't create value around things. It doesn't create value around events. It just gives you an output. The output can be in form of text, which is a response to the input you gave, or the question you're asking, or the task you've given, or a picture or a video, depending on the AI model you are using. You get, it does not attach meaning to it. Humans, we attach meaning to things, right? We are the ones that give meaning, create meaning, and value to things. You understand? But for artificial intelligence, they create output. So based on this information that have been fed, you've given a prompt, you get, so it will now give you an output, either in form of a text, a picture, a video, whatever, like that. You get. So human decides why to act. You decide. So human can ask you, why did you do it? Why? They decide why they want to do a thing. Artificial intelligence will act based on instructions you've given to it. Do you understand? So one day you will not wake up and see your ChatGPT will now come and say, I felt like sending you a mail this morning. That would be very futuristic, and it will be somehow. So ChatGPT would only send you only do anything based on the instruction you give to it. You can have an employee. That's the difference why AI cannot fully replace humans, because humans can decide that, oh, I saw this, I saw that, and I decided to take this action because of this reason, and that action was needed at that point in time. Artificial intelligence will only act based on the instruction that you give to it, irrespective of the model that has been, irrespective of the model, right? So you can already begin to see the differences between human intelligence and artificial intelligence. You can begin to see the difference between human intelligence and artificial intelligence. So no matter what we say, artificial intelligence cannot fully what replace human intelligence. Human intelligence will always be there. And that is the reason why I will still insist that AI cannot replace human, right? But AI makes works faster. AI makes work faster, and it also what? It also AI makes work faster, and it also increases work productivity. Do you understand? So the ability to blend your AI with your normal human intelligence that has the ability to decide when to act, that is intuitive, that can think beyond data, that can create meanings around events and stuff and values around things. That is what gives you an edge over artificial intelligence at every point in time. Okay, so that's the difference between human and AI, artificial intelligence. Now, human intelligence thinks. AI, that's artificial intelligence, responds. You think, oh, why? Why should I do it like this? Why should I do it like this? How should I do it in a different way? AI would only respond, artificial intelligence would only respond to the input that was given, to the instruction that was given. Do you understand? You can see for most effective workers, for instance, you see that if you are in places where your worker is very effective, you may see that you may not give them an instruction, but they will see a gap somewhere, and then they decide to act toward to fill in that gap. That is the human intuitiveness that the artificial intelligence can never have. But then imagine someone human who is intuitive and then has the ability to use artificial intelligence to what? To maximize productivity and output. That person is a superhuman. Employers will be looking for that person on a regular base. You understand? So that's it. So why does AI exist? Naturally, at every point in time, we are looking for a way to reduce repetitive work, right? Some works become redundant because you begin to do over and over again. That's why there are certain kind of jobs that do not necessarily increase your thinking faculty, because they are just doing the same thing. They are just repetitive tasks over and over again. So therefore, artificial intelligence was created to reduce repetitive work. So maybe in your place of work, you are always entering one kind of data, always sitting and doing one particular thing like that. You understand? AI was actually meant to help you to reduce all these repetitive works once they are able to actually program it very well. Now, they process large amounts of information quickly. Now, as humans, well, obviously, there's still certain level of limitations, because obviously of our brain, it takes time for us to process large amounts of information, but this can actually be loaded, because one of the things I'm going to teach you is how to also use AI for processing information. So you can load pages, hundreds of pages of AI, and then tell it to process the information and get something quickly out of it. So they can process large amounts of information quickly. They can do a deep dive of the internet. What will take you hours to do, AI would actually be able to do a deep dive and give you information in real time, in the shortest possible time. So it's using your hours of work. You understand? So it can also help you man to make better decisions. Actually, it can help you to make better decisions. You have to fix. You are thinking of, okay, how do I do this or how do I do that? What are the pros? What are the cons? You can actually use AI to do that, to weigh your options, and it can help you to make better decisions. It does not replace making decisions for humans. It only helps you to make better decisions. It increases speed, it saves time, efficiency, and creativity. It enhances creativity, because I call AI one of my most valuable assistants. That's just a fact. I call AI as one of my most valuable assistants, because most times when I want to brainstorm, I do like brainstorming with people anyways, but when I'm alone, for someone like me who works from home, when I want to brainstorm, at times I've written down my ideas, I run it through AI, I just run it through my the AI. I just okay. I have series of AI and say, okay, what do you think about this? Or what's your opinion on this? Or what are the areas of strengths based on this and or analyze this idea for me. It will analyze the idea to give you from this information, it will give you maybe possible pros, weaknesses, strengths, what you should double down on and all that. Do you understand? So that is why AI is good. That is why it's good. So most times you can actually just it increases your speed, your efficiency as a human being. Do you understand? So one person working with AI has like a capacity of like 10 people or more, depending on how useful, how knowledgeable the person knows, the person is on how to use AI. One person who is working with AI is actually very effective if you know how to use it. That's why you must learn. It's a skill that you cannot fail to learn. And the mistake that most people make is the feeling that they would they have you have to be too technically inclined. You don't have to be too technically inclined for you to be to be able to use this AI for your purpose. You don't have to be too technically inclined. You just have to be able to communicate clearly. And even if you cannot communicate clearly, you will request for feedback from the AI, right? So we're going to see how this works. So because what I'm saying, as I'm talking now, for most persons, they just feel like, okay, what I'm saying is going to maybe I'm just trying to oversimplify things, but that's not the case here. I'm not trying to oversimplify things. I'm trying to make things. I'm trying to tell you how it is, how things are. You understand? Obviously, there are ways you can actually get better output, right? You get. So, how does AI work? AI systems are trained on large data sets. Like I said, they are fed a lot of data. So that data, I use an explanation of when 2023, you see that it told you that the data was up to 2021. So therefore, recent events, they may not be able to give you accurate information on recent events that are happening. Do you understand? So it learns pattern from example. It responds to prompt or instructions. So as you are giving it prompt or instruction, you are the one to instruct it, you are the one to prompt it, right? You get. So an AI will now be responding to what? To these prompts or instructions you give to it. And then it improves through feedback. That's why most times, in order for you to get the most out of it, you have to always give the AI the feedback based on how you want it. And it's going to be learning how to talk like you or how to respond to you. Those are those things that you want. Do you understand? So, and also once you continue communicating with AI, it learns much about you. Um, I think there was a time where there was this prompt, the people asked and asked AI, roast me based on all the information. Do you understand? Or describe me from my search. Describe me. You just go and meet AI. If somebody was using AI before, tell you to describe me. Now, AI, because of the instructions you've been given to read, because of it is seeing you through a lens of your searches, through a lens of instruction and prompts you are given to read, and therefore it will be able to tell you based on the activities I usually carry out on a daily basis. Do you understand? And to a certain extent, you will see there's a certain level of what accuracy, right? To a certain level, because what we search for, it to a large extent is defines us, what we are looking at, those things we are researching on a regular basis, to a large extent, what defines us. So AI what improves through what feedback. So the better your instructions, the better the output. And the instructions is your ability to communicate clearly. That's one thing I always say, the ability to communicate clearly. So when we are going to have one of the first this next training we're going to have is prompting, how to prompt. That's when we say prompting is instructions, how to instruct AI. Do you understand? How to instruct AI. That's one of this is I'm going to give you a detailed way of instructing AI, communicating with AI, how I do it, and how you can also do it to get the results that you are looking for. Do you understand? So how I do it, how you can also do it to get the result that you are looking for. So ability to prompt AI. I use AI for graphics, I use AI for video, I use AI for almost anything that I'm doing currently. It has saved me a lot of money. It has saved me a lot of money, as a matter of fact. You get, because imagine wanting to do graphics, and it has saved me a lot of time because of my workload. My workload became much because of the activities I'm having. You understand? All I just need to do if I want to do graphics, I prompt, and then it gives me the output the way I want it to. I do one or two cleanup, but before Yeah, before I started using AI very well, when I become very busy and I cannot do my graphics myself, I outsource to a graphics designer. I outsource to a graphic, but now I just prompt it and it just gives me my graphics. So I just use it most times. I've even used AI to actually I created a particular art to help people design graphics, but I actually had to turn off the app because I didn't have time to start responding to it. You get, so the graphic I use in running that ad, because I told you I'm going to be showing you how to make money. So obviously I'm going to be exposing you things that I've done using AI, right? So one of such was I reused AI, designed a graphics, inviting other people to come so that I will design a graphic for them, right? So people came and I was designing graphics for them using AI, 100% AI. Do you understand? So I was using 100% AI to do that. So if let me go back here, I told you that this image was created with AI, right? If you look at the down at the bottom right, you are going to see a star icon. That's Gemini. That's a symbol for Gemini. So if I use Gemini, for instance, the only thing is that I knew how to prompt AI to give me good designs compared to what the average person will do, which is what I will also be teaching you. You get, so you can just go and tell it to just do, but there are ways you actually prompt it to get the best out of your design. So I used AI to create these graphics and I was being paid for it. You understand? So you can see that that is another income opportunity for you who is coming into this space. You want to learn AI, there's going to be that income opportunity for you. You can decide to tell somebody, yes, I'll be helping you to create your videos. Are you a business owner who is looking to are you a business owner who is looking to create product videos? I think there was one I did and I shared. You understand? I did and I shared for a Zobo drink. You could see products, you could see videos and everything. So it's a combination of the knowledge you have, right? So AI can generate it. You have the product. You don't have expensive gears to get professional shot. So you just do a simple shot. Use AI, enhance the images. After enhancing the images, and then you can even do videos on it. And you would have an ad video, something you can be using to promote your product. And that, if you know how to do that, while you can use it to promote your product, you can also sell that skill to people who are interested. So if you go online now, you see people who are advertising for AI, AI ad videos. So you want to run an ad, or you want to create a video and you don't want to show your face. We can actually help you to use AI to do your ads for you, to create your videos for you. You understand? People are doing that. I've seen a lot of ads that have used ad videos, and I've even seen fraudulent people use it. Anyways, I've seen fraudulent people use it where they actually clone a celebrity or an influencer. They try to use it to scam people. So scammers are even using it to tell you that you want to use it for something good. Please, I don't encourage scamming. You want to use it for something good, you should take advantage of it, right? And then your knowledge of it helps you to be able to identify when somebody is becoming wanting to become fraudulent with you. So, like I said, why does AI exist? It reduces this redundant, repetitive task that you have at work or wherever you're doing. It processes large amounts of information quickly and gives you output that you can just easily interpret. It gives you in a concise format, so you can have a whole book, and tell it, okay, I just need some of the key points here. Probably you are doing a research. I'm also going to teach you how to use AI to do research, right? Where you can now put a lot of information and then get your output out of those informations that you have fed the AI, right? So please, if you are here, mute your mic. So all these informations is what you will be learning here. So it also helps you to make better decisions. I've talked about it, increase your speed, efficiency, and creativity. Now, how does it work? I said it's trained on large data sets. It learns from patterns, learns patterns from examples, responds to proper instruction. So the better instruct, the better your output. So I also said this, the first step AI process. I use this with the information. I actually used AI to generate it. So you can see the star mark I'm telling you about. You can see the star mark I'm telling you about, right? So you can see that this image was generated with what? With AI. I'm also going to show you some of the setbacks it has in this image. I'm going to show you some of the setbacks it has, because we cannot be telling you that you can use AI to do this, and then I'm not going to be showing you how it's used here. So you can see it now. I just told you to do a pictorial representation. I fed it information and I asked it to do a pictorial representation, right, for me, and it came up with this. I didn't give it, I didn't tell it how the design is going to be. I didn't tell it how the pictures are going to be. I didn't tell it what creative elements it's going to use and all that. You get. So you can see, first of all, AI is trained using large amounts of data, text, image, videos, numbers. More quality data equals to better patterns. Do you understand? So you can see now, if you look at these text images, you can see the images is not well, it seems like it is glitching here. One of the downsides of AI. So therefore, if you want to use AI for graphics design, you should be able to, use, if you are using AI for graphic design, for example, one of the things you must do is you must learn how to be able to tweak these pictures. I didn't tweak it because I wanted to show you some of the inconsistencies with it. That's why I did not tweak this. But normally, if I'm giving somebody a design that I'm using AI, I would tweak everything and you will not see the mistakes that you are seeing here. You understand? That's why, in as much as you learn how to use AI to improve your productivity, because some of these things you must still learn. So if you want to use AI to be or to do graphics design, you must have an idea of how to do graphic design. You understand? So AI just makes you faster. Do you get? AI just makes you faster. AI just gives ideas faster. Do you understand? Because imagine now, if I were to ask somebody to do this, the person will first of all start thinking that creative process. You understand? AI can just take that away from you and it will just give you this. The only thing you now have to do is your knowledge of graphic design. You go and edit those areas. Like you can see these images now and everything. It will just take you, all you need to do is probably use a text box similar to this, just cover here and retype this and you are done. You get, but some persons will not be able to do that professionally, so that it will not look. If I do, you won't even know that this is because I have knowledge of graphics. And that's why I'm saying that AI cannot fully replace humans, but people who can use AI would replace those who cannot use what AI. Now, the training. So from the data now, it has retrieved a lot of data. It is now trained because it sees many examples. It learns patterns and relationships. Like humans, it learns by repetition. You can see here, repetition, you saw repetition was repeated twice. You understand? Then AI was repeated twice. These are some of the glitches you experience, irrespective of how much sometimes you see that you spell something and then it will give you a wrong spelling. So it's one of the things you see some glitches. You get, but you can see here. So AI sees many examples. The training process is when you are giving it, when it is seeing examples, it is learning. So the more information is being fed to AI, the more people are prompting, the more people are uploading things, because people, the more it is learning, the more it is improving, the more it is improving. So for it to be an intelligence, it means it's a learning model. That's why when a child is born, it's like a blank slate. Everything, he begins to first of all learn the language of his parents. Do you understand? If a child is born in a place where they speak German, that child will not automatically start speaking English. He will start hearing German. You get, because he's learning, and that learning is as a result of intelligence, right? So he's seeing the examples the parents are setting, the examples in terms of language, of communication, the response, and everything. The child learns how to speak. Same way, AI. You get, like humans, it learns by repetition, repeated patterns. Wow, okay, this pattern is being repeated consistently. It learns by what exposure, what's exposed to. So prompting now, after doing this process, this data and training, these are like the pre-stage, and then this prompting is you give AI a prompt or an instruction. Prompting is otherwise known as the instruction you give to an AI for you to work to get an output. A question, an instruction, a request. AI uses learned patterns to predict what the best response is. And if your instruction is very clear, it gives you what? Better results, right? If your instruction is very clear, it gives you a better result. That's prompting. That's why this is one of the most important parts of AI. Prompting is one of the most important part of AI. But I'm going to be teaching you guys like you are in primary school. Do you understand? Like you're in primary school. So how best do you even use AI to become a better prompter? I'm going to be teaching you like in primary school, because my promise is that even if you have zero technical knowledge, you will still be able to master the use of AI in a way that most people will not be able to. You understand? So you still be able to master AI in a way that most people will not be able to. Do you understand? So that's one thing. So the output, AI generates text, images, audio, decisions, adapts your language, improves based on feedback. This is the part you interact with. So this output is normally the input, and then the output is what you now interact with, what we see. So most times when we're doing a write-up, probably we want to do editing of our write-ups. You can most time because I write a lot. I write a lot. For me, I write a lot because I sell via writing. I make offers via writing, so I write a lot. A lot of times, I don't. When after I finish writing, I can just be in the, I can just wake up at night, and then if something just enters my head, I pick up my phone or I go to my office, my house. I go to my office and then I just open my laptop because I type very fast on laptop. So I always like to use my laptop to type. So I just type my ideas and everything. So most times when it's rough, I don't worry so much about editing, grammatical, Normally after I finish writing, I'll start editing. But what I just do now, I just run it through AI. Okay, first of all, correct every grammatical error and then analyze the write-up, identify areas of strengths and weaknesses in this write-up, areas that can be improved on. Do you understand? Then it gives me a feedback. Okay, I've analyzed the write-up. Here are areas of strength. I'll say, okay, I'll look at it. Here are areas of that you can improve on. Okay, I'll say, okay. Okay, now implement these areas of improvement based on the recommendations you've given. Like this, AI will just come up with the write-up. If I'm okay with it, if I'm okay with it, I'll copy it. If I'm not okay with it, I'll tell it, okay, change the structure, the language structure you use in this. I want it to sound, this is how I want it to sound. I want you to, I'll just give it more instructions. Do you understand? Because I can communicate clearly with it anyways. So which is one thing I'll also show you how to do in part of this training. You understand? So now there's one thing I also like doing is creating the mindset in which people learn, right? The mindset in which people learn is as important as what they are learning. Because if you're learning anything with the wrong mindset, the reality is that you are not going to succeed fully if you have the wrong mindset. If you are going into a program and then you're looking at it, program that has good potentials, you understand, but requires certain level of work, and you're looking at it from a get rich quick perspective, you most likely not make anything out of the program because you give up because of your expectation, right? So the mindset, number one, you don't need to be very perfect. You just need to be curious and willing to try. Why I use the word willing to try is that it's not just willing to learn. Some persons just learn, they read and read and read, but they don't do anything about what they've read, right? But I'm interested in people that are not just going to say they want to read and read, but people that would actually go the extra mile to not just read, but also implement and try things out so that there's going to be a very high level of interaction and feedback that I can now use to improve on this training so that at the end of the day, your expectations should be met. So you must be curious enough to know what you want and you must be willing to try, make an effort. Now, AI is a tool, like most tools. If you want to learn a job or you want to learn a skill, it's a tool, and mastering it is a skill in itself, and skills are built by doing. So you have to be doing. You don't just come to this training and just sit down for 1 hour, 2 hours in which you are using to hold this training, and then the next thing you do is you go back and you just go back and sit down. You will not even try. You will not explore. This is a whole new world, and you're not exploring. No, it doesn't work that way. So you must be willing to do. That's the way you build your skills, right? Now, this is how our training is going to work. I'm going to be using live demonstrations. Most times, I'm going to be using demonstrations based on the examples and the people that are here. So I'm going to be showing you everything practically. You are going to be getting your task. You understand? For anything you do, you get your task and you're going to submit your task based on what you have done, right? You get based on what you have done. So, and then if there are any points where you have any form of limitations, probably you're unable to do something that I asked you to do. What you will now do is you come back, revert back to me with your questions, because that's the only way you can learn, right? So I'm going to use real examples and cases. If I'm talking about how to use AI for products, I'm going to show you how to do it. Probably I'm going to use examples of your products, your businesses, everything. Everything I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be getting from you guys, just to ensure that at least you see that I'm not just saying something abstract. You understand that it's only applicable to me. No, it's going to be applicable to you all. That's why I'm going to be getting such feedbacks from you because it's going to be applicable to you all. And the tools I'm going to be showing you are tools that you can apply with immediately, right? And then simple explanations. I'm not going to try to overwhelm you with techie terminologies. If there's any terminology that I want to have to use, you understand? Because in every aspect, in every skill, there are certain languages. I will explain it and break it down for you. So my encouragement for you guys is that you must follow along, test things, and ask questions. Your questions will help you what? Will help you learn better. Now, what we'll cover in this training, during this bootcamp, we'll learn how to use AI for what? Content creation. There are a lot of people who want to be content creators here who want to create content. Probably you're a business person, you want to create content around your business, or you're somebody who just wants to be able to gain more engagement. You're going to learn how to use AI for that, for research and generation of idea, marketing and to grow your audience, analysis and decision support. You're going to use it for graphics and visual design for those who want to actually enhance their graphic skill. So, but one thing you must understand is that for each of these, as you are learning how to use AI for that, I will still prefer you have the underlying skills. So probably for those of you that are interested, when you see that you can use AI to do video creation and production, it's also expected that when the boot camp for the video editing training comes, you participate in it so that you'll be able to maximize your productivity in this. And at the end of the day, one of the most important skills you need to have is marketing, right? So I also encourage you all to learn how to market, because if you can market, believe me, when you can market, there's nothing you cannot market to. There's a lot of money you can make when you know how to market. I would always say this. The most important skill you learn after all this is marketing. Because once you've learned all this, you need to be able to market your skill. And in this generation where everything is online, you need to know how to market online, what we call digital marketing, which is also part of the bootcamp that we do here. You understand? Which part of the bootcamp? The last one we did was Facebook marketing. So, but all these will be covered in the bootcamp, how you use AI for each and every one of these, right? You get, after which our last phase of our training, would be how to now monetize these skills. Understand? How do you now make money of these skills? In the course of it, apart from that section, in the course of it, I'm going to be sharing ideas. So listening to me should give you ideas on a regular basis. A lot of times, what you hear, what you see, you understand? I don't have to tell you 1 + 1 is 2. I have mentioned it. If you say 2 - 1 is 1, you understand? That automatically means I'm saying 1 + 1 is 2. Do you understand? So we must not learn one way. We must learn from, okay, it can be fed. So that's why it's important to be a part of this session and go through the videos that I will be sharing, because after every session, I will be sharing the videos so that you would hear. Sometimes the ideas you are getting will just be from what I said in passing. It's very important that we all participate, right? So that's what it will be. I just wanted this first day to be more of introduction. So practical sessions will start our next session we have, which should be on Monday, the 5th. It's just an introduction so as to prepare your mind for what is coming. And believe me, what's coming is massive. What's coming is massive. And you'll be so surprised that it's simple. It's simple, it's massive. That's why I tell you that what you don't know, it's so simple. But when you are able to apply yourself to them, then you now begin to say, wow, you understand? So just ensure that you are always available for this training, because we're going to be covering all this practically. It's not theory based, it's practical. You see it done, you see creation happening, you see everything happening. The tools I'm going to be exposing to you, I will ensure that you use most of them free tools. Most tools many of these tools they have paid, but I'm going to show you how best you can use these tools for free. You can be working towards getting a paid version later, depending on how you begin to use, because there's one mindset I'm trying to build personally, is learning how to pay for things, you understand, especially for premium versions of things like this, because I think it's an African thing. We're looking for a way to use it free. Do you understand? We're looking for a way to use it free. So we hardly pay for subscription for various things. I think it's only for entertainment you pay subscription things for, like when you see Netflix and all that. Well, most Africans hardly pay for, but I discovered that there's a mindset shift when you begin to pay for tools that you use. So you can even see business owners who find it difficult to pay for ads. You are into business, but you don't even have any budget for marketing. It's wrong. So it's one of the things that you do, but I'm still going to show you how you can utilize most of these tools for free anyways, because most of us are starting out and you can't just start out and start um, paying money. You understand? It's going to be difficult, especially when you've not found your footing. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'll be ending here and then I'll be accepting any form of questions. So if there are questions, you can raise your hand. Then I will ask you to unmute your mic. If you have any question, you can raise your hand. I'll ask you to unmute your mic, and then you can ask your question. So do you have any question? Questions so far? Questions. Let's ask questions now. I've spoken for an hour now. Nobody has any question or probably comments, observation. Nobody. There's something I would like to do in this session, in this training. The person that will engage me, that will be most engaging, I will have a gift for the person at the end of this. That's the person has to be available for all the days and then engage regularly. You get maybe questions and in carrying out tasks. I'll have a gift for that person at the end of this training. I'm not going to disclose the gift until I see people engaging, and then I'll begin to take notes. You understand? I think that will still encourage us to participate. But I'm going to have a gift for somebody. The most engaging student, right? The most engaging student that has highest number of participation and carries out most of the task. So, is there any question? Let's questions.
Hello, Mr.
Please.
King.
Yeah. Good evening. What am I on to?
Yeah,
Who is
good
talking
evening,
to?
sir. This is Wifa from Cameroon.
Okay.
I was struggling to raise my hand, but I couldn't find the icon all along.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for this session. I mean, you always know how to simplify concepts in a way that they look so simple. I want to deeply appreciate you for that. I've been in a couple of your classes before, and I'm saying this with respect to the background knowledge I have of your style of teaching. What I want to find out is, can we use AI to do just anything, including sometimes speculations about the future?
Okay, when you say speculations about the future, like there's something I said here is AI is limited to the data it has. I said as of 2023, you'd see there was a disclaimer on ChatGPT that the data is limited to 2021, right? It means that it has been updated to 2021. You get it was not updated past 2021. You get so when you say predict or speculate the future, so I think you should give context to that statement.
Okay. When I talk about prediction, first I want to look at it from the financial markets, to
Yeah.
be able to read data and determine what is going to happen in the stock exchange, for example, in the crypto space and all of that. Can we have AI help us to be
All
able
right.
to give that kind of
Now that's very,
data
very
analysis?
specific, which is good. Now, there's one thing you can actually do with AI that most people do not know. You know, one thing I do, I've tried this multiple times, is but before you tell AI to predict, I've always said the human input is always important. You need to know what you're doing first. You can actually input a screenshot of your this just using ChatGPT. You can try it out on your own. You can actually input screenshots of various time frames of a particular chart. So let's say you're looking at BTC USDT, for example, right? So you use the 4 hour time frame, you use the 3 hour time frame, the 3 and 4 hour time frame, use the 1 hour time frame. You get. So and probably you also use the daily time frame. You just have a screenshot of it. You explain the pair, you explain everything. Just ensure that screenshot the screenshot you've put, it has all the information, and then you properly describe the screenshots for the AI, right? You properly describe the screenshots for the AI. Do you get what then you can tell it to actually analyze for you. You will see it analyze that chart for you using the information from the various time frame. Do you get? But then on your own, you now do your own personal analysis to see whether there's a confirmation to that. Do you understand? So you can also test that. So yes, in respect to what you have said, so it's not necessarily predicting the future because trading, for instance, in the financial market, is not predicting the future. It's predicting patterns and is observing patterns and using patterns to make predictions, right? And if you've explained something about this in here, is that I think I talked about it when we were talking about, let me see it, the our AI system, it learns patterns from examples. Do you understand? So it has a lot to do with patterns. So you can also use it in that context. But you not just, you have zero knowledge about analysis and then you just go and start putting it and then you start making all your decisions based on what AI has said. Do you understand? It doesn't work that way. You must also have some knowledge to be able to confirm. Do you understand? But it can be a great tool to look at the market from another perspective for you. So I don't know if that answers your question. Wi-Fi or Wi-Fi, I don't know how to pronounce it, so I don't.
Yes, I give it thumbs up. I give it thumbs up. Thank you so much.
Uh,
We'll
you're
keep expanding the perspective as we move on.
you're welcome. All right. Okay. So is there any other person that has um, there's a particular yes, there's a particular tool I'm going to teach you guys also. It's called Notebook LM. It's via Google. It's also an AI tool that's also going to be great in research. In the financial markets, it's also going to be great in research, especially for those that are looking at investments, right? So I'm going to teach you guys how to practically use it. Do you understand? Notebook LM. You can multiply. So, for example, you're looking at a particular project and you want to you want to make an informed decision. So probably you have the YouTube videos that are talking about that particular project, the white paper, the website of that this thing, and then you can just put all of them, all the information. Because there's a place for a website, there's a place for YouTube link, there's a place for PDF, which you can use a white paper and everything, and then you can actually tell you to make an analysis based on that. Do you understand the information and give you a little breakdown of some of the most important key aspects that you may look for. You just give you the clear instruction you want. You understand? So you upload all your documents at all the things, the links and everything at once, and it's able to do an analysis of everything for you. And then you can now begin to ask very specific questions. So that helps the decision making process. You get one thing I've said in the course of this is that you don't allow AI to make your decisions for you. You help it assist you in your decision making process by simplifying information because it can process large amounts of data. You understand? Within a very short period of time. Do you understand? So I'm going to teach you guys how to do that, how to apply it to the financial market. So for those who don't know, I am also into the cryptocurrency space. I teach people cryptocurrency on another side, apart from being a digital marketer. I'm in the crypto space. So some of my students are also here. That's why we can actually talk crypto freely. You understand? So just the background for that. Okay, so I don't know Wi-Fi, if I answered your question. But
Yes, you did absolutely. But I have another question, if you permit.
okay.
Yeah, when you were introducing, you told us that you have to train the AI, and by training the AI, you input, and sometimes you help AI describe who you are. And one of the fears often about AI, the use of AI, is that you get to leave a lot of footprints about yourself, such that your thoughts pattern, your ideas and everything now. become so exposed to the digital space. Is this really a risk, having to interact with AI?
Okay.
Is there a way you can shield that exposure if it
That
is risky?
exposure. Yeah, I that's on the ethical aspect of it. You know, there's one thing that we do not realize is that our digital footprints are so much, right? Our digital footprints are everywhere. We get so one thing I do not encourage doing is putting very sensitive information. You understand on AI. You understand like probably your home address and those kind of things like that. You get very sensitive information, personally. But the reality is that we leave digital footprints even when we Google things, when we Google stuff. Now, how does advertising work? Advertising works, for companies to come out and tell you that they have an advertising platform before Facebook decided that they wanted to start paid adverts, right? Where people can now call them media buyers, so you buy media spaces. That's what we are as digital marketers. It means that the platform, the algorithm is learning a lot about you. Do you understand? So it means it's collecting enough data about you. So your footprints are everywhere, your search patterns, things you like, and everything. So I think there was if you go to Facebook, it even tracks your off Facebook activity. There's a part you can even go and turn it off again because Facebook tracks your off Facebook activity. So as long as the that was the idea because the Web 2, though Web 2 created this interaction, right? I don't want to go too technical because of people that are not in the crypto space, right? So the initially when the internet came out, what the internet was like a newspaper where somebody just posts something and then you just read. You can just discuss with people around you. That was Web 1. Then Web 2 came out, and then there's a lot of interaction, uploads, downloads, and all the likes, interact, comments, and all that. The moment we could do that, we started leaving digital footprint, which is similar in the case of AI, right? So the only thing you have to do is just to try as much as possible not to release so much sensitive information, just as you would treat the internet normally. That's one thing I would just advise you to do. But anything other than that, I just feel like you're okay, you're good to go. Do you understand? So anything, just try as much as possible not to release too sensitive but information out there. You get because people are uploading their lives, their families, and everything on Facebook. It's still a digital footprint. So the fact that AI doesn't automatically change the fact that we're leaving digital footprints everywhere.
Uh, Thank you very much, sir.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Uifa. Do we have any other question? So if you have your question, you ask. This is the point where we. No other question. No other person has question. Okay, KBC. Let me allow you. Let me unmute your mic. I've allowed you to speak, KBC. So please, KBC.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, thank you so much for this session. It's been a good one so far, so good. What I want to ask, and you say you're going to customize to what we do. I have a couple of book sketch I've done, but I've not dived into it. I don't know if there's softwares, the special AI that you're going to introduce to me that I could use to help me to improve, to actually go into the book, to bring it out, to bring out my thoughts and all of that.
Okay. Yes, part of it's going to be. So what you do is be actively involved in the training, right? Be actively involved
Hello,
in the
can you hear
training.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Can you hear me
Yes,
now?
just go on.
Okay, so be actively involved in the
Yes, I can
training.
hear you.
By the time we
Yes,
begin
I can.
to, by the time we begin to, we begin to go deep into the tools, right? So you begin to see those tools that will be useful to you, and then you can now bring
Okay.
them out and we can now start applying them individually. Do you understand? You get? We can now start applying them individually. So when you
Okay.
are in the session, because there's going to be enough avenue for questions, and within that questions is where we can also practicalize based on your needs. Do you understand? So let's say I'm asking now, and I just thought a tool that you're going to be using, right? And then you say, okay, this is it. I can say, okay, give me what you tell me what you want to do. Tell me what you want to do, and then we'll do it for you to see. Do you understand? That's how practical I want the sessions to be. So just ensure that you are in the sessions. Do you get?
Okay.
So that you see these things materializing. You understand? And you see it practically applied to you, so that you will not see, you will not be watching
Yes.
videos and that it was done for this person. You now begin to know, you see it. Although I'll try to break it down so that anybody can easily follow. But if you want for a real hands-on experience, just ensure that you're in the sessions. Do you understand? So I kind of get a bit of information. I think a little bit of idea of what you want to do. So you say you have sketches. Are you talking about ideas in drawings or ideas via text? What are
Yes.
they? Which of the sketches are you talking about? Eh? Hello? Hello? Okay.
So that's the chapters. I have chapters. I have headings for the chapters and all that.
All right.
I've not developed a lot of it. Just sketches.
Sketches. So there are a lot of tools you can actually use.
I can hear you. Maybe if you
A lot of tools you can actually.
can hear me.
Yeah, what's basically happened is that
I can hear you. I guess it's network. I can hear you.
yeah, the video is lagging. Rather, the message, the
I
call
can
is
hear
lagging.
you.
That's why this back and forth is there.
Okay.
So yeah, that's it. So we're gonna cover all that also. So just ensure you're in the session. Sorry. Just ensure you're in the session. So is there another person with questions?
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Kobe. Kobe, right?
Yeah, good
Yeah.
evening. Thank you so much
No problem. Thank
for
you.
the wonderful question. I have a concern, and that has to do with the fact that the timing. S-
Okay. Kobe, please ask your question. Unmute your mic and ask your question. You're saying something before you came in.
Hello, sir.
I can hear you.
Thank you, sir. So, please, I wanted to find out whether there will be some form of recording section, such that
Yes.
if you are not able to catch up with some of these. Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. So any other person with question? Any other person with questions, please?
Hello. Hello.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. Alpha.
Yes, sir. Good evening and have a wonderful day. I really enjoyed the introduction of the AI tonight, and
All right.
I'll be marvelous to follow up as you explain. We can't wait to follow you up. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that feedback. Thank you for the feedback. All right. What you guys should do for me now, right? What you guys should do for me now is those of you that didn't drop your expectations for the training as at yesterday on the group on WhatsApp, you drop your expectations. You understand? Because by tomorrow, I want to go through them You understand? Because I want to begin to tailor, because I saw some persons that are interested in knowing how to utilize AI for finance. I saw some persons that are for various purposes, for business wise and the likes. Do you understand? So I want to now find a way to tailor the training to cover most of your expectations. You understand, to the best of my ability. Like I will tell you that I'm ahead of you in the AI space, but I don't know it all, right? You understand? So I will do my best to ensure that we meet most of your expectations. That's what I will do my best to. If it means doing extra research to get it done, I'll do my best to ensure that we meet most of your expectations. So drop your expectations on the group. Drop your expectations on the group. Because from our class on Monday, practicals will start, right? The training is going to start from, and it's going to be 8 p.m., somewhere between 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., right? That's when the trainings are going to be like 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Maybe it can span a little bit above 10 p.m., depending on the interactions in the class. Depending on the interactions in the class, right? So, but what I would just encourage is that each and every one of us, we are active and we are participating, so that even if we spend 3 hours in one session, as far as we're getting the knowledge, that's what's most important, right? So drop expectations. So we begin to tailor the training based on your expectations and how we can meet your expectations. So on Monday is going to be our next session. Monday is going to be our next session. So I'm going to drop the timetable for the days of the training between today we started to the 15th, right? Although today is just an introductory session. So the 15th. On Mondays, we'll now start proper training, you understand? So I'll drop the timetables so that you see the dates, so that we'll make ourselves available on those days. But in the absence of, is there still any other question, so that I would address any other question? If we have any other question, are there any other questions? Let's address them. Let's address them. Then we can call it a night.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
All right. Good night. Okay, so I think that's it for today. Someone has already wished me a very wonderful night rest. So I think I'll go and sleep now. So, but before I sleep, I want to thank you all for being in attendance.
Thank you so much.
If you were not in attendance, my effort will seem like it was wasted.
Please, why are we dropping our expectations? Is it
On the WhatsApp group.
here or on WhatsApp?
The WhatsApp group. The WhatsApp group is mainly for communication, you get, because I know that
Hello?
most people communicate better. I said on the WhatsApp group. The WhatsApp group is mainly for communication.
Do you hear me? I was asking questions.
Where are you posting the recording?
Coach,
The recording can only be
I'm
posted
asking questions.
Sorry, there's a little bit of glitch. Maybe one at a time. The recording will be posted here on Telegram. That's where the recording will be posted. You understand? But the expectations on the WhatsApp group, you can also drop your expectations on Telegram. Whichever channel is convenient for you, it's okay. Whichever channel is convenient for you, it's okay. These are going to be our two means, the WhatsApp and the Telegram. For those who prefer to communicate via WhatsApp, and those who communicate better via Telegram, you can also communicate. Is there any question? I don't know if I answered the questions. Two persons spoke at the same time at one point. Okay. So in the absence of further questions, I think we're calling it a night. Thank you all for being in attendance. It was a wonderful session with you all. So I'll drop the recordings shortly after the session. Let's say within the next 30 minutes, the recording of this session will be posted on the Telegram channel. Do have a wonderful night rest.
Yes, I'm okay. Thank you.